Hello to my District 148 students. It's Mrs. Nelson. I am in my backyard right next to my garden because I have a wonderful book that goes along with something that I have growing in my garden right now. So let's go ahead and let's check out our book. We have Marley and the Runaway Pumpkin. Late one day in fall, Daddy, Cassie, and baby Louie went out to the garden to look at their pumpkin. All summer and fall, the family tended the pumpkin. They gave it food and water, sun and shade, and plenty of room to grow. All summer and fall, they kept their big puppy Marley out of the garden. Now the pumpkin was round. It was orange. It was very, very big. Will it win a prize? Cassie asked. Daddy nodded proudly. We might even win a blue ribbon, he said. But first, we have to get the pumpkin to the fair. The next day, Daddy snipped the pumpkin from the vine. Mommy helped Daddy roll the pumpkin to the truck. Marley batted at the pumpkin. That's not a ball, Marley, said Mommy. That's our blue ribbon pumpkin. Daddy tied up Marley. Sorry, Marley, he said, but we can't let you mess up our blue ribbon pumpkin. Then Daddy and Mommy tried to lift the pumpkin into the truck. It's too big to lift, said Mommy. Oh, what will we do? Asked Cassie. Daddy went inside and came back with the ironing board. This can be a ramp, he said. Cassie helped Mommy and Daddy roll the pumpkin up the ramp. At last, the pumpkin was ready to go to the fair. Everybody got behind the pumpkin so Mommy could take a picture. Say blue ribbon, said Mommy. Marley wanted to be in the picture too. He tugged at his leash. Marley broke free and ran toward the truck. No, Marley, cried Mommy. Oh. Marley made a giant leap and landed right on top of the pumpkin. The pumpkin rolled out from under Marley. The pumpkin rolled out of the truck and down the ramp and kept on rolling. Marley ran after the pumpkin. Daddy ran after Marley. Cassie ran after Daddy, and baby Louie sat down and cried. The pumpkin crashed into the trash cans, but it didn't slow down. It bounced onto a scooter, but it didn't slow down. Then the pumpkin rolled up behind the mailman. Look out for the pumpkin, cried Cassie. The mailman jumped out of the way. I almost lost my letters, said the mailman. Look out for Marley, yelled Daddy. But it was too late. Marley ran into the mailman. Down went the mailman. Over went Marley. And crash went the pumpkin at the bottom of the hill. Oh, this is awful, said Cassie. Mommy gave her a hug. When life gives you lemons, make lemonade, she said. And when life gives you a smashed pumpkin, make pumpkin pie. Back at home, Cassie helped Mommy and Daddy bake a pie. Lots and lots of pie. The pie was so good, it won first prize at the fair. It was a blue ribbon pumpkin after all, Cassie said. And best of all, there was plenty of pie to share. So that's the end of our book, Marley and the Runaway Pumpkin. In the book, they mention that they want to go to the county fair and enter their pumpkin to be judged to win some prizes. Miss Nelson and her kids, we enter items in the fair all the time, so I'm just going to share for you some of the prizes that I won at the fair. I had a third place ribbon, which is white. I've earned a second place ribbon, which is red. I've won a blue ribbon, which is first place. And then this one was for a quilt, and because my quilt was so good and they liked it so much, I actually got a best of show, which means out of everything in that category, they like that one the best. And I'm also going to show with you something that Miss Nelson has in her garden. Do you see this plant? These are pumpkin vines. These are grown from seeds from a pumpkin. Last year, after Thanksgiving, we threw our pumpkin in the garden and we just left it there all winter to see what would happen. And out pumped all of these shoots. And you can see on my pumpkins, we have some blossoms. And some of these blossoms will become pumpkins. This one will not become a pumpkin, but I have one right over here. Look at this blossom right here. And underneath, there's a little bulge right here. That is a baby pumpkin. So in a couple weeks, that's going to grow bigger and bigger. And when it's ready, it'll turn orange and it'll be ready to pick. Now in here, Miss Nelson does have some pumpkins. There's a pumpkin right down here. Look at this. Can you see that? It's green and it's small. That's because it's still growing. It's going to need another month before it's ready to be picked. So those are my pumpkins that we have, and we're going to have about 6 or 7 pumpkins when our season is over. Oh, and look at, there's a bee in there taking the pollen out to take back to its hive. Oh, so we'll check back on our pumpkins in a couple weeks and see how they look. Thank you for visiting Miss Nelson's garden. See you soon. Bye.